I just spent like an hour watching cast back tutorials and nobody teaches it correctly. Casting and backflipping are not the only steps to a cast backflip. There's this thing called a snap down. It's the thing you do with your legs before you backflip, and it's the most important part of a castaway and nobody teaches it. So without further ado, the castaway tutorial. Okay, so as already stated in like every tutorial there is, yes, you need to know how to cast, which looks like this, and yes, you need to know how to backflip, which looks like this. Let's move on to the important part, the snap down. So pretty much here's the whole tutorial in one. 1, cast. 2, snap down, the one everyone forgets, and then 3, the backflip. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and teach a bunch of ways on how to get skills that will help you with your cast back. They're pretty much all snap down drills. The first one's going to be up on the trampoline, so I'm going to go up there and teach you how to Cody. Alright, so this week we have another tutorial section. It's the Cody tutorial. Codys are really important for castaways. If you can Cody, you can probably castaway pretty good as well. Here we go. Step 1 is going to be able to jump to your stomach and bounce back up to your feet. When you do this, you want to make sure that you're not just pulling your knees up or pushing off the trampoline with your hands in order to get back to your feet. You want to make sure that you're kicking your legs down towards the trampoline in order to get back up. Step number 2 is a stomach bounce all the way to your back. Make sure you're kicking your legs really hard and try to do it with a straight body. Don't even tuck at all, because once you have that kick down, Codys and castbacks will be way easier for you. I'm going to zoom in for emphasis on this one. Look at my legs. See how they kick? I don't use my knees pulling in. I kick my legs to get the power. All right, now the next step slash third slash last step of the Cody is going over your head back to your feet. Now, in order to do that, don't just chuck it and go over your head, because you might land on your head and die. That's not a good thing. So what I did when I personally learned it is I cheated it over the side. So the next step is try to go to your shoulder, not to the back of your head. When you do this, you can use a mat if you want, or you can just do it on the raw trampoline. It's a little bit rough on most trampolines like this one. So I'm going to go ahead and put a mat down, since that is the way that I learned it. It might help you a little bit better. Once you can make the cheated version to your feet, then you can start straightening it back out by not looking over your shoulder, but looking straight as you do your Cody. Now that's all for the tutorial section on the Cody, but that's not all in the castback tutorial. Now that you can Cody, try getting as low as you possibly can, because the lower that you do a Cody, the harder you have to kick your legs. And the harder you kick your legs, the better your snap down is for your castback. Go ahead and watch this slow motion clip of me doing this Cody, and as I'm doing it, watch my legs. The same as anyone doing a really good castaway or doing a really good Cody, you have to kick your legs really hard for that snap down before you ever tuck. Another really helpful drill for getting your snap downs better would be a handstand snap down all the way to your back. You can work on this by doing it up on a block first. That way, if your snap down's not very good, you can still make it to your back, and then take the block away or find a smaller block until you're eventually doing it on flat ground. Also, the higher you can land up on your back, the better. If you're landing all the way up on your shoulders, that means you're having more power than if you were just to land on your butt and kind of roll to your back. All right, so this is the last step. Don't go for this step until you have the other ones, until you have a good Cody, until you have a good handstand snap down to your back on flat. Once you have all those things, then start working towards your actual cast back, because without a good snap down, you're just not gonna have a good one. So just like we did into the Cody, go ahead and cast to your back first, and then cast to your shoulder, and then with a really hard snap, try to cast all the way around to your knees if you have a mat, or all the way to your feet. Make sure through this progression of going for the actual castaway that you're snapping your feet down, just like you did in your Codys and your handstand snap downs. Just in case you're a little confused on what it would look like if you didn't have a snap down, this is a cast back without a snap down. I'm pretty much just pulling my knees in and just going for a tuck. Don't do that. You want to snap your legs down first, like in this one. Snap them super hard before the tuck. It's really important that you do that. In other people's castaway tutorials that I watched, the other problem besides just the snap down was they didn't really explain the timing, and they didn't really explain the body positioning. Alright, so as far as the timing goes, this is the timing of a cast back. So as you are casting and your legs are coming up, you need to lean forward a little bit, that way the weight stays on your hands. If you lean back during this time where you're casting, you're just going to go straight back. Also during this time, make sure that you don't push out of your arms yet. If you push out of your arms at the same time your legs are lifting, then you're not going to have any room left to push for the actual backflip. Then after that, what you want to do is snap your legs down at the same time that you push out of your arms. These two things need to happen at the same time in order to have a really good cast back. All right, so now I'm going to go ahead and play some slow motion clips of relatively low cast backs so that you guys can watch my technique. And I'm also going to give you a couple tips while I'm going ahead and playing these. Now, one thing that really helped me when I did cast backs, and when I started getting them lower especially, is the body positioning. The body positioning of the snap down as I was snapping down and pushing, I tried to force like the bone right above like the last spine slash like above my butt. I tried to push that up as hard as I could as I snapped my legs down. That really helped me get the height that I needed, and it helped me get a little bit more rotation because it helped me snap down better as well. All right. If you feel like I left anything out in this tutorial, or you feel like you have more drills that you'd like to share with me, please comment below. I love having more drills and things that my kids can do that I can work on that I personally teach. So if you have any snap down drills or just any other advice on cast backflips, please comment below. Besides that, just make sure to subscribe and have a great day. See you guys next time.